Our reporter Nozintombi Miya spoke to the SAA Cabin Crew Association's Zazi Nsibanyoni-Mugambi after the press briefing.
NUMSA has just concluded their press conference now, and they've made an announcement that they've issued SAA with a 48-hour strike notice, and they say that they'll be embarking on the mother of all strikes on Friday morning as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, and they say that they are anticipating that SAA will be completely grounded. You recall that NUMSA held a joint press conference with the South African Cabin Crew Association, and to talk to us a little bit more about some of the outcomes or the resolutions leading up to the strike notice, we speak to Ms. Zazi Nsibanyoni-Mugambi. Thank you so much for joining me. You're with the South African Cabin Crew Association. You've also agreed that you will institute a 48-hour notice. Just tell us about which crews will be affected.
Obviously, we've done it together with NUMSA. We issued at the same time. We obviously cabin crew. We have about 1,300 members of cabin crew, and all of them have said to us they're going on strike. So that's what we're doing. Friday, 4 a.m. We're ready.
And are you anticipating that this strike will lead to all 3,000 members who are employed with SAA embarking on this particular strike? It seems like it will be a shutdown, and passengers will be the most affected.
Yeah, well, obviously some crew are overseas, some crew are not around, but remember, it's SAA Technical who's downing tools, it's check-in staff that's downing tools, it's, the corporate building that's downing tools. So basically everyone is going out. So I think it will be a total shutdown, and we are hoping and willing that someone, for once, no one has tried to engage us, will try and meet us and let's find a resolution to this impasse, because if that does not happen, we're going out on Monday, unfortunately. On Friday.
Zazi, SAA earlier briefed Scopa, and they said that the unions, none of the registered unions had come to speak to them on Monday when they had already made their announcement. Is this true?
Absolutely not. I think that is a blatant lie. We don't even know why they would. I think it sort of appears there was a push, for timelines to sort of get it out in a particular, at a particular time. So we were told we heard actually via a news report that there's a 189. Thereafter, we received a letter saying, can we meet the next day? This was in the evening to meet the next day at a particular time. So we indicated that we had other commitments. It would never snub a consultation process. It's a legal process which we must engage in. So that was not the case. We found out, like the ordinary South African, that there's a Section 189 process.
And clearly this must seem quite concerning for you as the unions, that there seems to be miscommunication or somewhere a communication breakdown between the unions and SAA.
Well, we have no idea how that came about, because obviously there is a communication breakdown between ER, obviously, who then sent us the letter in the evening, and the HR, but I think they should tell each other the truth and start to do things right. This is indicative of SAA. It's a mess. This hand doesn't know what this one is doing, and once we can solve those problems, get the right people on the board, get the right people in management, SAA can be profitable. But someone needs to listen to us unions when we are crying out to say this corruption has got to end. When is anybody, from the president to the minister, going to listen to us and actually implement changes, visible changes that we can, use to build South African Airways?
Zazi, in your press conference, you said that you're calling for the SAA board and management to be removed. Why is that?
Obviously the SAA board, firstly, we have uncovered corruption with the current chairperson of the SAA board, Thandeka Mkotuso. We have written, once again, to the highest structure of this country. No one is willing to take action. So it worries us as to what agenda is at play here. We want a board which is there to build and grow South African Airways, not serve particular people's agendas. Our agenda is to keep 11,000 employees employed for the foreseeable future. not to bankrupt an airline that we love.
Zazi, let's talk quickly about the action that's anticipated. On Friday morning at 4 o'clock, you'll be beginning your mass action, but you say this is an indefinite mass action. Up until what resolutions have been met on the side of the employer?
I mean, SACA and NUMSA, we've never been unreasonable. I think South African Airways needs to come to the table with an offer that we can actually put our hands in and actually feel and touch and take home to the bank. And also, we need a commitment from the shareholder to say he is going to change that board. Something needs to give. So we cannot then take money and stay with the old corrupt management. It makes no sense. That means we just we're going nowhere very slowly. So that's our objective. Our demands are a measly 8% compared to what the 5.9 the pilots got, which I must say, one increase of a pilot, which we're not fighting with because they're fighting for their own rights. An increase of a pilot is on average 15,000, which is a salary for an average cabin crew member. If you can do it to the one, do it to the other. You know, that's all we're asking for.
Are you worried about the interdict that SAA is trying to procure?
Well, look, we have, as workers, we have every right to embark on industrial action to seek fair wages. I mean, I'll be shocked if any court in this land will rule against us. We don't believe it will be successful, and we're ready for them. It's unfortunate that they're willing to spend, millions once again to fight us, people that just want to love SAA back to, its former glory.
All right, thank you so much. Zazi Nsibanyoni-Mugambi, thank you so much. As it stands, NUMSA as well as the South African Cabin Crew Association will be embarking on a strike on Friday morning, and they say that this will ground all SAA operations up until their demands are met.